Hello everyone, this is Chandan and you are watching the learning field. Okay, so in this lecture we are going to discuss the general aptitude section of GATE 2020 and this is the section of mathematics paper. Okay, so in previous lectures of GATE general aptitude playlist, you can check the playlist of GATE general aptitude. Okay, playlist name is GATE general aptitude. So in this playlist you will get the general aptitude of all science papers of the GATE exam. Okay, general aptitude section. So we already solved the mathematics paper of GATE 2022 and 2021. Okay, and in this lecture we will cover the 2020 series of GATE 2020 exams, and I think all the science students should watch these videos or watch these lectures, because the general aptitude section or general aptitude questions for all the science subjects are same basically. Okay, there are 15 marks, you all know that, in the general aptitude section of GATE paper, each subject paper of GATE exam. Okay, so let's start, and before starting I am requesting you to all those who are new in my channel, please like the video, comment if you have any doubt in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe the channel. Okay, so question number 1 says that Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Award conferred dash Mary Kom, a 6 times world champion in boxing, recently in ceremony dash in the Rashtrapati Bhavan, the president's official's residence in New Delhi. Okay, so this is the question, and now we have to fill these blanks, fill in the blanks with these appropriate options. Okay, so conferred means, first we note what do we mean by conferred. Okay, so conferred means honor. Okay, conferred mean honor, and always with honor the two जो होता है यहाँ पे, ठीक है, वो क्या होता है, conferred or honor on or honor upon. Okay, these two words goes with this honor or the word conferred. Okay, so in these blanks the perfect word should be on, because there is no upon in the given option. Okay, so here on is the first blanks, so therefore we can discard option A and option C. Okay, now the ceremony ceremony dash in the Rashtrapati Bhavan, either it will be in or it will be at. Okay, but since this is a particular location or specific location which is Rashtrapati Bhavan. Okay, so this if there gives the specific location, then there should be always at. Okay, not in. Okay, so if the ceremony in the New Delhi, suppose if in New Delhi, then it should be in. Okay, suppose because the Delhi is a big area or a country, or a city, you can say. Okay, so in that case it will be in. Okay, but in this case, since it is a specific location, therefore we put always here at. Okay, so therefore the correct answer is on and at, option C here correct option. Okay, so this is here C is the correct option. Now we go to the next question, question number 2. So despite a string poor performance, poor performance, the chance of KL Rahul selection in the team are dash. There are 4 words: slim, bright, obvious, and uncertain. Okay, so despite a string of poor performance, that means what? That means without being affected by. This word mean by what? This word mean by, since this is a negative sense, that KL Rahul has poor performance, but this word despite means the negation of negation. That means what? Without. This means without being affected by. Without being affected by. That means what? Instead of poor performance of KL Rahul, but the chance of KL Rahul in the selection in the team are very what? Here we put, or here we put a positive word. Okay, very positive word, which is what? Or which is bright. Okay, since this is a negative sentence and despite means negation of negation, that means without being affected by. Since KL Rahul has poor performance, but there is a but. Okay, so here option B is correct. The appropriate word is being here, bright here. Okay, so this is the correct answer for the problem. Now the question number 3. Question number 3 is again questions from English section. Okay, so select the word that fits the analogy. Okay, so cover, uncover, that is, this is I think antonym. Okay, so therefore associate, this means the antonym of associate is disassociate. Okay, so option D is correct here. Okay, now we go to the next question. The next question says that hit by floods, the kharif crops in various parts of the country have been affected. Okay, officials believe that the loss in the production of the kharif crops can be recovered in the output of the rabi crops, so that the country can achieve its food grain production target of 291 million tons in the crop year 2019 to 2020, July, June, July. They are hopeful that good rains in July, August will help to the soil retain moisture for a longer period, helping winter sown crops such as wheat and pulses during the November to February period. Okay, so there are two words are very important. Okay, one is official believe. Okay, believe means what? This is hope, or in the positive sense we always use these types of words, believes, or here also hopeful. Okay, so these two words are very important to solving this question. Okay, which of the following statement can be inferred from the given passage? So first one is official declare that. No, this is incorrect, clearly incorrect, because there are only two things, which is believe and hope, that is officials are hopeful. Okay, so these types of words or these types of sentence inferred the above passage. Okay, so the second one is official want to food grain production. No, this is also incorrect. This is very easy question. Official feels. No, this is also incorrect. Option D is correct option. Official hope that. Here it is clear also mentioned word like helpful or hopeful, sorry. The food grain production target will be met due to a good rabi produce. Okay, so this is the correct answer of the question. Now we go to the next question, question number 5. Okay, so difference between the sum of the first 2n natural numbers and the sum of the first n odd natural numbers is. So we know that the sum of all natural numbers, n natural numbers, is equal to n into n plus 1 by 2. Okay, here there are 2n number of natural numbers, therefore n should be replaced by 2n only. So this sum is equal to what? 2n into 2n plus 1 by 2. Okay, so this is equal to n into 2n plus 1, which is equal to 2n square plus n. Okay, now then the sum of the first n odd natural number. Okay, sum of first n odd natural number, there is a direct formula which is equal to n square. Okay, and the difference between them. Okay, then the difference between them is what? This 2n square plus n minus n square. This is the difference. So this is equal to what? N square plus n. Okay, n square plus n. Therefore option what? Option B is I think correct here, n square plus n. Okay, now go to the next question, and these questions are of 1 marks, 1 to 5 questions, each of 1 marks only. Okay, now we solve the question of each 2 marks from 6 to 10. Okay, so question number 6 says that repo rate is the rate at which the Reserve Bank of India lends commercial banks. Okay, and reverse repo rate is the rate at which RBI borrows the money from the commercial banks. Okay, so which of the following statement can be inferred from the above passage? Okay, decrease in repo rate, there are some statements. Okay, so first we draw a picturized version of this problem. Okay, this is suppose RBI and these are the commercial banks. Okay, commercial banks. Okay, commercial banks, what do the commercial banks? Okay, takes the loans from the or borrow the loans, sorry, I think borrow, yes, borrow the money or loans from the RBI. Okay, and then they should produce or they give the loans to the customers. Okay, suppose these are customers, these are customers. Okay, and RBI gives the loans to the banks as an fixed repo rate. Okay, RE PO, repo rate. Okay, this is the repo rate. So if repo rate increase, that is suppose this is the percentage of interest. Okay, suppose you can think this type as way the way, suppose repo rate is the interest. Okay, suppose if the repo rate, that is interest, increase, RBI increase its interest rate, then what happened? Then there will be a pressure create in the commercial banks. Okay, that means what? They have give to the more interest to the RBI. Okay, and then what happened? Also they also take the more interest from the customers about from the loan section or from the loan amount. Okay, they will also collect or borrow the increasing rate or the rate of interest, they also increase it. Okay, the commercial banks to the for the customer. Okay, so this is the case. So and reverse repo rate is what? If RBI decrease the repo rate, then the commercial banks also decrease the repo rate for the customers only, for the customers. Okay, for in case of loan or lending, the word is lending stands for this same types of words. Okay, that means what happened? That means here a decrease of repo rate will decrease the cost of borrowing. Borrowing means what? Borrowing means collection. Okay, a collection of money, you can think as this way. Okay, decrease of repo rate will decrease the cost of borrowing and increase lending by commercial bank. Okay, option D is here the correct option. Okay, so this is the case, that is what? Increase in repo rate will increase cost of borrowing and decrease of lending by the commercial bank. This is the correct answer. Okay, option D. Now we go to the next question. The next question is question number 7. Question says that P, Q, R, S, T, U, V and W are seated around a circular table. Okay, S is seated opposite to the opposite to W. Okay, suppose if we draw a table, suppose this is a table, and without loss of generality, suppose that all the persons are sitting towards the table. Okay, suppose they are sitting as this way. Okay, so this 1%, 2%, 3%, 4% and 5%. Okay, so there are total, I think, 8%. Sorry, there are 8%. Just a minute, there are 8%. Okay, so 8%, suppose this is the table or tabular form, and now they are suppose so this is the case. Okay, so there are 8%, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Okay, so first statement it says that S is seated opposite to W. So suppose we can take as what? Here seated W and here S. S and W are opposite to each other. Okay, then U is seated the second place right of R. Okay, second place right of R. The third statement says that T is seated at the third place left of R, but there is no another restriction, and V is neighbor of S. Okay, therefore V may be seated here or V may be seated here. Now we have to put the value, or we have to find the place of R first. Okay, so U is seated the second place right to left, right of R. Therefore the position of R is such a way that the second place of R will be blank and the third place left of R will be blank. Okay, so this is the situation we can take. So if R will be, if the position of R is here, then the second place of the second place to the right, this is the right side of R, and which is V. Therefore yes, okay, therefore if we can't take this position of R. Okay, and if we place R here, then what happened? Then 1, 2, right side of R is here, this position, and left 3 left means 1, 2 and 3, this position, but this is filled up. Okay, therefore the position of V must be here. Okay, Okay, therefore the position of B not here. Okay, and now if we take here the R, this is equal to R, therefore the right side, second place to the right side of R, yes, this is blank. Okay, therefore U, the position is U. Okay, and T is seated the third place left of R. Left of R means 1, 2, 3. This is also blank, therefore T is seated here. Okay, now the next one says that B is neighbor of S. Yes, we put the B is neighbor of S. Okay, therefore two positions are now blank. What were W and what and Q? Okay, W and Q. Okay, now P, yes. So if we put W here or S here, and then sorry, S or no, W, and what is remaining? I think it's V, right? No, P, Q, R, S, T, T, U, B, P, acha, okay, P, this is will be P. Okay, W or P, and this should be P or W. Okay, so this is the position. Now the statement says that P is neighbor of R. Yes, P can neighbor seated here and P seated here, therefore which must be true. Okay, P is neighbor, P, which is must true, but this is not the must true statement, because P can be seated here or P can be seated here. Therefore in one cases this statement is false, therefore this must not true. Q is neighbor of R. Q is neighbor of R. Okay, Q, where is Q? Oh, sorry, this will be Q or P. Sorry, it will be Q or P and P or Q. Okay, now Q is neighbor of R, but this is also the same situation. Okay, Q is neighbor of R. Q can be seated here or it can be not seated here, therefore this is also not the, we have to find the must true case. Okay, so P is not seated opposite to Q. Now P is what? This is the position of P or Q, and this is the position. This, the opposite of this is T, and the opposite of this is U. Okay, so this is never happen that P is not seated opposite to Q. Okay, so this statement is must true. Okay, option C is must true here, and option C is correct option here. Okay, now go to the next problem. The next problem says that the distance between Delhi and Agra. Suppose this is Delhi and this is Agra. Okay, and the distance is 233 kilometer. Okay, a car P started traveling from Delhi to Agra, and another car, suppose P, Delhi to Agra, and Q, where? Agra to Delhi. Okay, Delhi and the same route, Agra to Delhi along the same road 1 hour after the car P started. Okay, therefore and one more thing, the two cars crossed each other 75 minutes after the car, okay, Q started. Both cars were traveling at the constant speed. The speed of the car P was 10 km per hour more than the speed of the car Q. Okay, so how many kilometers the car Q had traveled when the cars crossed each other? So this is the question. First we assume the velocity or speed of velocity of car was, so velocity of Q, so velocity of Q, suppose x kilometer per hour. Okay, therefore velocity or speed of P is what? The velocity of P is x plus 10 kilometer per hour. Okay, this is the case. Now the two cars crossed each other after 75 minutes, therefore P travels what? Q travels. And one more thing is that a car P started from traveling from Delhi to Agra, another car started Q from Agra to Delhi along the same road 1 year after the car P started. Okay, therefore P cover when 75 minutes plus, so the P covers 75 minutes plus 60 minutes. Okay, this is equal to what? 75 minutes means 75 hour, we converted these minutes to hours by 60 plus 1. Okay, this is equal to 5 by 4 plus 1, this hour P travels, and Q travels 75 minutes, that is only 5 by 4 hour. Okay, and they meet after this time. Okay, now the distance covered by P is what? Distance covered by P is equal to what? This is the time and this is the velocity. Therefore, this is equal to x into 5 by 4 plus 1. Okay, this is the case. Sorry, x plus 10, because the velocity of P is x plus 10. X plus 10 into this. Okay, and velocity distance covered by Q, this is equal to x into 5 by 4. Okay, so the total distance equal to what? Total distance, this is equal to dp plus dq, because they comes from the opposite sides. This is equal to what? X plus 10 into 1 5 by 4 plus 1 plus x into 5 by 4, and this is equal to the total distance 233 kilometer. Okay, so this is the relation, and if we solve this relation, then we get the answer x equal to what? 60.143 kilometer per hour. So this is the velocity of what? Velocity of Q, since x is the velocity of Q and the velocity of P is, therefore we have to find how many kilometers the cars Q has traveled when the cars crossed each other. Okay, so we find the velocity. So in 60 they meet after 75 minutes. Okay, therefore what? The distance traveled by the car Q is what? We have to find the distance covered by the Q. So after 75 minutes they meet, therefore distance covered by Q is equal to 60.143 into total 75 minutes means 5 by 4 hour. This is kilometers, and this is equal to 75.17 kilometer. Okay, and which is nearly equal to 75.2 kilometer. Okay, so the answer is 75.2 kilometer, option B. Now we go to the next problem. The next problem says that for a matrix M, Mij, I equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, the diagonal elements are all 0 and Mij equal to M of minus Mji, the minimum number of elements required to fully specify the matrix. Given the diagonal elements are 0 and this condition, that means the matrix is a skew symmetric matrix. Okay, suppose this is a 4 by 4 matrix. So 4 by 4 matrix with all the diagonal elements are 0. Okay, so suppose there is one element, suppose there is A, B and C and D, E, okay, and F here. Therefore this 6 element, only these 6 element we put here with a negative sign. This is minus A, this is what? This is minus F, this is these 5 elements minus D, this is what? Minus E, this is minus C. Okay, therefore there are total 6 element. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to fully specify the matrix. Okay, so this is very easy question. Option B is correct option. Go to the next question. The question says that profit shares of two companies P and Q are shown in the figure. If the two companies have invested fixed and equal amount every year, then the ratio of the total revenue of the company P to the total revenue of the company Q during 213 to 218. Here also the graph is given. Suppose we suppose that what? We suppose they invested a fixed amount, equal amount every year. Okay, let us assume that they both invested rupees 100. Okay, investment equal to 100 rupees 100 for P and Q. Okay, therefore the revenue of P and Q, calculate the revenues of P and Q. Okay, in the year, suppose this is 2013, 10%, 20%, that means 110 for P, and for Q it is what? 120. Then for the year 2014 it is 20 and 30, that is 120 and 130. Okay, then in the year 2015 it is what? This is the year 40 and 30, so 140 into 130. Since we assume the investment is 100, 2016 in the year 2016 the profit the revenue is what 2016 40 and 50. So 140 into 150. Okay, and in the year 2017 the revenue of the P and Q is 150 is to 160, 150 160, since this is 50% and this is 60%. And in the year 2018 the revenue of P and Q are respectively 140 into 160. Okay, therefore these are the revenues. We have to find the total ratios of the revenues from the 2018 to 2013 to 2018. Total revenue is what? Total revenue, this is 1 2 3 4 5 6 600 690 690 70 and 80 800. This is 800 total, and this is 600 120 720 720 770 770 800 30 50 850. This is 850. Okay, so the ratio of 800 is to 850. We have to find the ratio between 800 and 850. Okay, so this is equal to 80 is to 85. This means what? 1 and 16 is to 17, I think. Yes, 16 is to 17. Okay, so therefore the option here, option B is correct option here. Okay, so this ends today's class of solving the GATE exams, GATE papers of 2020 of mathematics section. Okay, so if the content is helpful, then please give a like to this video, share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe the channel. Thank you friends, see you again in the next video.